Yo, real quick before we start, this is the Casual Nerds Podcast. We're two regular guys with big opinions, questionable research, and jokes that occasionally cross a line. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're just here to have a good time. So kick back, relax, and remember, if you take us too seriously, that's on you, nerd.
And here we go.
Did these guys do any research?
Who the hell do they think they are?
Welcome to Casual Nerds.
Guys, welcome to episode 275 of the Casual Nerds. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy on the other end. And as always, remember to
Make sure you check it out, homie.
make sure you check it out. Make sure you have your people check it out. What's good, bro? We haven't been on here for a couple of weeks.
Couple.
Couple weeks. A lot has happened in the entertainment space, in the entertainment world. Some people talking crap. A lot of business going on. There's a lot to take in and talk about and consume. So, yeah, bro. But first and foremost, man, how's everything with you, bro?
Things are whoa. Things are great, man. I'm just half dying over here. Things are good. Yeah, I got no complaints. Holiday was good. Got to chill with the fams. Got to do a lot. Been traveling a little bit with the kiddos.
That's right.
I had to go to a work, not my work, but my wife's job's holiday party in bumblefuck Detroit last week, and that sucked. The frozen tundra of America's shitty nipple.
Yeah, well, I'm here in Rochester, and it's a frozen tundra here right now.
It was about the same.
Yeah, it's terrible, bro. I did not want to come here to the studio today because it was way too cold. I was at home. I put the kids to bed, and I was just sitting there, like telling Jillian, I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave the house, man. It sucks.
I feel you. This is the time of season. I was just telling wifey, like, I think I gotta put the plastic wrap up around the windows and shit, because it gets cold in this house. It's cold.
Yeah,
and I ain't in Rochester, and I'm still cold.
It'll rack that bill up too.
Also, I'm on it got so crazy that I think last year, the year before, I jumped on the quote unquote budget plan.
Sure.
Which is basically just like a flat rate you pay until you true up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I always pay way more at the end of the year because I've been overdoing it. But yeah, I had to do that because it was getting crazy, bro. I can't remember if it was heat or AC, but it was one year where I caught like Jesus Christ, I want to say it was something stupid like a $700 or $800 bill for 1 month, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't do that. That is not attainable, sustainable.
Yeah,
that is not sustainable. We cannot keep doing that." So
bro.
What's the best
right
deal
now
you can give me on the budget?
Right now over here, man, it's this morning when I left to the gym, it was like 8 degrees or something like that. Yeah, so it gets real. It's bad, man. I don't be wanting to go anywhere, but that's the life. That's the life here in Western New York.
Fair.
Whatever. All right, man. I didn't really do anything too crazy this past weekend. Well, it's been 2 weeks, but holidays was good. This past weekend I got to see my boy Joey get he got engaged, so congratulations.
Oh, right. Shout out.
Yeah, congratulations to Joey and Bree. It's awesome. Got to see some people I love being around, so it's always a good time. But other than that,
people you love in love. Look at that.
Yep, look at that. So but it was a good time. And I got drunk. I don't really do that much anymore. So
that's pretty fucking awesome.
It's just the little things, you know?
Man. The little things go a long way.
Right.
When you got bringing all these kids.
Oh, bro. We're not even going to get into that because that's not this type of pod.
Nah.
Yeah, bro. But if you want to jump right into it, right? There's been a lot to talk about, and we don't have to get into the nitty gritty of, you know, the ongoing battle over the WB just yet. And hopefully you have a little bit more of because that's so confusing. So maybe you could break it down for me, because I'm simple when it comes to those type of business moves. But the one thing that I wanted to talk about too is our boy Quentin Tarantino just coming off the cuff, talking
hard
shit
on the pod.
Yeah, he's going hard. Was talking shit about our boy Paul Dano. What was it? Here, I have the quote right here.
Weak sauce.
Yeah, he called him weak sauce. He said, "There Will Be Blood has a big giant flaw. The flaw is Paul Dano. He is weak sauce, man. He's just such a weak, uninteresting guy. The weakest fucking actor. Like, damn. Did he have to go that hard on Paul Dano? Paul Dano, first, yeah." Yeah, good.
I don't. I mean, he went hard on everything. Like he was going nuts on that podcast. I don't know what he said about the feet, but
no. It's Quentin Tarantino is notorious for
just in general.
Loving feet. Yeah,
he is.
Every role he gives himself in his own movies, he's a feet lover.
That's right. I do recall that. He shows a lot of feet in a lot of his shots. Yeah. No idea what's the deal with that, but yeah, I
have an idea.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's something
fucking weirdo.
But nah, yeah, he went hard on that. I forget what the name of that this podcast was that he was on recently, but he was going at everything, bro. Not just. I mean, I don't know why Paul Dano caught the stray on that. But he was talking about what was the other thing I was reading about today? He was talking shit about the Hunger Games and how they ripped off some Japanese novel.
Everybody rips off of something, bro.
That's kind of what the defenders are saying. You know, everybody borrows from everybody. Like, what's truly 100% unique? Even his own stories, I'm sure have pulled from different.
You know, he's not that creative. His last movie, what was it? The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was literally a true story that he just thought, what if it ended like this?
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you know what I mean. So that's
still a Tarantino pod. Don't get it wrong.
For sure. I'm not talking shit about Tarantino. He just.
But I don't know why he tripping, bro.
It had to be something. Something had to have sparked it that we don't know about. Cloud. Maybe he turned down a major role that he really wanted, you know, in one of his movies or something. But whatever.
Yeah, it's probably that, right? Like he just there's some history there that we're unaware of, and that caused a little side swipe, you know.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It says I think Quentin is undeniably a talented dude, but I feel like his personality, ego can get in the way.
I fuck with that, Beetle.
Yeah, that's accurate, man. That's accurate.
Yeah,
because he's every single time I hear this man talk, and I like that kind of ego on certain people because it allows for them to really be creative and to, like, if you think if you really believe in yourself that much, man, you're capable of a lot. But man, sometimes, man, you gotta like humble yourself, bro. That's why I really fuck with I've been drinking today, so his name's escaping me. But Sinners, director of Sinners.
I almost said Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I know. It happens.
It's great when you can pull that in.
Go ahead.
Yes. continue with the train.
Oh, Ryan Coogler. There we go.
Coogler, yeah.
That's what I really love about Ryan Coogler, man. He's very humble. He sounds like a real down to earth person, and he you can tell he has a love for the cinema, which is what I respect from Quentin Tarantino too. You know, he absolutely, like, those dudes, they just have like a love for filmmaking that you can't deny. But man, you can't be throwing strays at Paul Dano, freaking Matthew Lillard, and Owen Wilson. Come on, man. All right, like, okay, Matthew Lillard and Owen Wilson. I'm not saying I don't like those guys, but I'm saying I understand. To put Paul Dano in the same category, as a matter of fact, in a lesser category, because he said he's like one of the worst fucking actors, right? To even be mentioned with Matthew Lillard and Owen Wilson is such a smack in the face to Paul Dano, who's
gotta be something there.
I'm telling you, I think he probably turned down a role.
Yeah, turned down a role from one of his shits, because there's no way, like, I don't know. I don't know the guy, but he ain't weak sauce to me. I feel like Paul Dano's a pretty fucking damn good actor, bro.
Bro, just in the Batman. Just that role alone.
I think, yeah.
He was great in that role. And then you want to throw in like his biggest role, I guess, was There Will Be Blood, right? Because that was award-winning.
Did he win an award for I know the movie itself did.
It's an award-winning movie. I don't know if he won an award, but I mean, it's okay if you don't shine next to fucking Daniel Day-Lewis.
I mean, you know, it's
but he
got to do what you can, right?
His own though. He held his own next to Daniel Day-Lewis. So that has to speak for something.
Let's see, Okja, Little Miss Sunshine, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably his breakout role, right?
Probably, yeah. I believe so.
Prisoners.
It was.
Yeah, he was in Prisoners as well. That was really good.
Which one is Prisoners?
That was another Denis Villeneuve film.
Prisoners. Oh, Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good movie. I didn't know that was Denis Villeneuve.
Denis.
Nice. All right. Well, whatever. He has a good track record to me.
Yeah, I got no beef against Paul Dano. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where he did that. Got QT all up in the fit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just at that age, bro. He's at that age. He's kind of
looking like he's real bored. He's just,
my man needs to hurry up and just make that last movie
and walk off.
Yeah, or something
for him to retire.
Really walk off, but just like focus on something else for a little while, like, you know, because he said he's gonna quit directing with this movie, but also he said he may write books, he may do TV. You know, he may write movies. He just said that he's gonna quit directing, or he's doing 10 movies.
Yeah.
Which is why he's like dragging his feet on making this last one, because then after that he's like, well, I don't have anything to look forward to. But he set that up for himself.
Yeah, he didn't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also telling that his last movie supposedly was going to be The Critic, and you know.
Yep. And then he was like, no, that can't be.
He pulled that back.
Yeah.
Is that movie completely, did he give it to someone else and they're finishing it, or is it just like not happening? Do you remember?
I believe it's just not happening. Either that or he's giving it to someone else to direct. But I believe he just completely said, no, I'm not making that anymore. You know? All right. Yes. Beetleverse said, what do you think about Jordan Peele's development as director and filmmaker? Jordan Peele, honestly, he's the biggest surprise. I really love him as a director. His movies, I like the the premise that he keeps going, right? It's like it's definitely a black universe, which I love. You know, he wants to make sure that his actors, he has as many black actors in his movies, which is great. And then on top of that, every movie feels like the Twilight Zone, right? I think that's what he's trying to emulate, which made sense why he was hosting the Twilight Zone. I really like what he's doing. Are his movies like the greatest movies? I at least give it a shot, and I haven't seen his latest, but I'm waiting on that one.
Yeah,
but,
I was just thinking. I was gonna say I have not seen him. Right, that's the one
him.
I got it, or I saw it on a Plex.
Sure.
I haven't viewed the movie. I saw that it existed on a Plex server. So I wanted to give it a view. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I definitely am. I think a lot of his stuff is very psychological, as much as it is like a lot of people like to put him into the horror category, but
it's more like thriller, Twilight Zone-y type. Horror.
Yeah. It's just like, and that's what's
thought
great.
Horror is that a thing? Can you?
I guess you just created that thought horror. I guess that's what's so great about him is that he's making these movies, right? That you can't quite put a finger on, right? You can't say that Jordan Peele's movies are similar to this other current director, right? Maybe he's a little bit more similar to like an Alfred Hitchcock, or something like that. And then you throw in the fact that he came from a comedy background, which they always say like comedians are the most versatile of actors, right? Because if you could handle comedy, you could transition into drama very well, but it's harder for dramatic actors to transition into comedy. And he obviously he has that down.
I mean he's done a great job as a filmmaker. I would still see an entire spin-off of just the intro to Nope, with that whole monkey scene. I need more of that. I need to see what the hell else was happening in that space. Dude he's I guess if we were talking earlier about originality, I'm sure there are some borrowed inspirations. But for the most part, I would say he's done a lot of original thoughts in the things that he's come up with.
At some point in his career, I would like to see a movie that is a culmination of every entity in his universe. Right?
Like the Peeleverse movie?
Yeah. Like a Peeleverse movie where everything just kind of comes together and you see a little bit of a connection in all of them. That'll be cool. Or like what they've been doing with like Stephen King, right? Because he bases all of his stuff. It's easier for Stephen King because he bases everything from the same town. So to make I think it was Castle Rock.
I don't know.
Castle Rock, Maine.
I know it's in Maine. I don't know what the town was. Yeah,
so they came out with a TV show called Castle Rock, and I was I was mad. I was mad that they canceled it. I
did not know that that's where it came from.
Yeah. Yep. Castle Rock is the
I knew the name. I'd heard of the show. I had no idea that it was based on like where everything in the Stephen King universe takes place. That's wild.
Yeah. And that's what I really liked about Castle Rock because it had Bill Skarsgård in it, and obviously he plays Pennywise, and so for him to play like a random character, that in this show, and then it kind of deals with different people from all of his books and just a little bit of the fact that like even in even in you haven't seen it, but in Welcome to Derry. They talk about one of the guys who goes to jail, they're talking about transferring him to Shawshank, and people don't survive Shawshank, is what they're saying. So like all of his whole world, his whole universe,
it's already colliding.
Awesome. Yeah, it's dope. But if Jordan Peele at some point in his career, it doesn't have to be now, because he has to expand that universe more. He's still very early on in his directorial, career. If he were to then like pull it all together, because that's what it seems like. He has his own universe, and I fuck with it. I fuck with it heavy. I like Jordan Peele. Good question.
Yeah.
I would honestly like to see Jordan Peele outside of his universe, like also take on other projects. I know people have talked about him possibly joining the MCU, and I don't know if the MCU is exactly like the best place for him. I think that when we have good like black directors, they really want them to take on something like, because obviously Coogler does Black Panther, but they really want him to attach to Blade because of the success of Sinners. But I'm like,
cool. What, people want Coogler to do Blade?
Yeah, because of the
no,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, and usually my response to that is like, well, if you think about it in this way, right? As a director, Ryan Coogler, he did Black Panther, and Black Panther is extremely successful for the MCU. To go from having whatever contract with them, right? It's been, whether it's a 10-year contract or whatever, doing X amount of movies, you're not going to want to jump into another, set of movies as a director within that same, you know what I mean? With the same company. You kind of want to expand yourself a little bit, and do exactly what he did with like Sinners. Come out with these movies that, and the fact that he hasn't come out with a Black Panther since part 2, and it's been a while, allowed him
that they're working on.
He wants to move on.
3. I think they're working on
they
a 3.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, 100% agree with you. It's silly. Like, one, there are other Black directors than Ryan Coogler that exist. He doesn't need every action gig out there. 2, like, I don't even know that I think he would be right for that role. I guess Sinners was it wasn't the same. It's not what I would expect from a Blade type movie. I think that's a great one. I hadn't thought of Jordan Peele for Blade, but
well,
I would want to see him step out into some type of like comic book space, and because every Jordan Peele film usually is pretty African American centric. The only thing is, most of his movies tend to, and no diss or disrespect, most of his movies tend to blame white people for their issues.
Sure,
like they're usually the villain. I don't know how you make that in Blade.
Well, that's so.
Either way,
where and that was going to be my point for Jordan Peele, right? Is he would be the only real reason why I would entertain that, and I would like to see it, is because I know that he's capable of making good movies, but also because that's not the normal movie we get from Jordan Peele as a director. We would see him step out into a realm that he hasn't touched yet, which is like the superheroes. Obviously, he's great with Supernatural, so he handles that well. But to add that superhero element to it, and and to bring that universe, together, I don't know. I would entertain it, and I wouldn't be mad at that decision would it be my decision for that? Probably not. But I do like him.
Yeah, I could think
for
of a
what he
few
does.
other people that would be better, but I
Oh, for
wouldn't
sure.
be mad if they went that route. I would be interested to see what happened.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna segue into something similar, but actually, no, we could do that before we get into some Netflix, Warner Brother, Paramount
Sure.
situation. Only because we were talking about like someone jumping out of a franchise and like being reluctant to jump into a new franchise. Scarlett Johansson, we know her from MCU, right? She did Black Widow for over 10 years. She had that whole thing with the MCU. You would think that she would not want to jump into a franchise, but she's been doing the opposite, bro. She's been jumping into multiple franchises.
Jurassic Park franchise.
She's in Jurassic Park. She's kind of all over the place. She's really building a name for herself in like these different markets. And now she's jumping into another one where she has been rumored to have been cast for the Batman part 2, the Batman part 2. And I mean, and they keep talking about how Zoe Kravitz isn't returning as the Catwoman in the second one, but so some people are speculating that she's the new Catwoman. I don't believe that to be true. No. I just think that the Catwoman is not
in part 2.
She's not in part 2. But obviously she's still a main character because we saw her leave. She literally left Gotham at the end of the first movie. And then
we saw her in the Penguin.
Yeah, at the end of Penguin.
Well, we didn't see her, but we saw her letter.
Yeah, she had a letter, and there's going to be a point where her and Sophia Falcone, they obviously have to come together because that was like the big reveal that they're sisters. So if there's a Batman part 3, I would see her returning in that film more as an antagonist to the Batman. But I think in the sequel, and we've talked about it before, how we're assuming that the villain is Hush. That's been the rumor. It's either Hush or the Court of Owls, which I'm really looking forward to seeing which one it is. But Hush makes sense, right? And then they're saying that she is possibly going to be playing a different villain. In that possibly they're even saying she could possibly be Poison Ivy. But I highly doubt that either. I think that people are forgetting, right? Like, or they just don't know. But if it is Hush uses other bad guys as a pawn to fuck Batman up and really throw him off of his scent. Yeah. And into the fact that he's really the one that's pulling the strings behind the scenes. So we're going to see a number of villains in this next movie. If it is Hush, we're going to see a bunch of villains in there thrown in, and she's going to be one of them. And this is what it makes total sense because she's used to being the hero, right? She's starring in the Jurassic Park series. She's the main person there. She's the hero. Black Widow in MCU. So now she's gonna mix it up and throw a villain in there. I think it makes perfect sense.
I mean, I think she's kind of played villains before, but
where? She's always the headliner, bro.
Yeah, but sometimes the headliner is like, not the hero, I guess.
Anti-hero and like the villain of a film are two different things, right? Like you in the film, regardless of what she's doing, who she's killing, you're rooting for her. In this Batman universe, you're going to be rooting for Batman. You're not going to be rooting for her. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think that's
the rumor is that she is cast in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, it could be so anything not major. Like it could be,
Yeah,
a psychiatrist for at Arkham.
Sure.
They already finished filming this movie, right?
No, they didn't even start filming.
Oh,
the script was done. Matt Reeves turned in a script.
Yeah, and they still haven't started filming.
No, that doesn't. I don't believe they film until this summer.
Wow. I mean, so yeah, I mean, there's so many possibilities that it could go. I wouldn't be surprised. It just the Poison Ivy thing seems a little too on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, yeah, she looks like a Poison Ivy. Like she, in a way, reminds me of Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Except like way shorter.
Spring of 2026, they start filming.
Jesus. So yeah, I could easily see that, but I could also see it being like a major non meta-human character.
I don't even think that it's gonna. I think it's gonna be someone obviously important to the story, but and while they may have, but they did that with Catwoman, where she wasn't exactly bad. She's not good. Yeah. That's the Catwoman arc. I don't know. I would like to see her go full on villain. I think she would be dope at it, and I think that she's on her way. She's trying to really solidify herself in Hollywood as like one of the best, and I think she's on her way to at least building that up. As far as female actors go, she's right there at the top with that.
So, Under the Skin. Do you remember that movie?
Under the Skin? No.
I don't remember that either. 2013, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
That's her only villain role. She played an alien that lured men to their death.
Nice. I mean, if anybody could do it, it's her.
I mean, she could lure a lot of men.
Yep. Let me see. Yeah. But she's the main actress in that, though.
She is.
Yeah.
I mean, her name's on the poster.
Sure. I get what you're saying.
But the main character's a bad guy.
Sure. I guess.
You don't root for her. Is the thought, right?
Well, I mean, if a woman's gonna kill me, it might as well be Scarlett Johansson as she's trying to seduce me.
Death by leg suffocation.
Oh, what a way to go. Anyway, I'm down for that. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if it's with the new branding or not, but call me a watermelon and just burst my head. Let's see. But I do fuck with her. But do you want to get into the whole WB buyout thing?
We could talk about it.
All right, I'll let you take the helms on this one because you're more of the financial nerd when it comes to what's going on in all of this. So,
well, so a couple things. Just a quick.
First of all, yeah, real quick. Just to let people know, WB has been up for sale for quite some time, and people have been bidding on a chance to own the studio. And a lot of brands have been rumored to be going back and forth on purchasing the actual on purchasing the studio, or for their opportunity to purchase the studio. They've been bidding on it. They have not released any kind of information throughout the time. And then probably about a few days ago, they came out and said, hey, Netflix won the bid. It was something ridiculous, close to $100 billion or some ridiculous number. And we're going off the cuff, so I don't know the exact number. And then from there, Paramount felt like, wait, like you totally screwed us out of this. Like for some reason you did not play fair. And now there's some sort of, they're trying to bogart their way through with another. Please. Okay. Now let's get to explaining what exactly happened.
So to backtrack about, I want to say 6 months ago or less, maybe about 4 months ago, the team at Skydance Studios completed their acquisition of Paramount Studios. Skydance is a studio that was started by the Ellison family, who is basically a bunch of billionaires. Larry Ellison is the former CEO, current chairman of Oracle. If anyone has ever worked in any sort of manufacturing company, you've probably come across Oracle software at some point. But they're just a big database fucking company. They've been around since like the 70s.
Sure.
So dude has been making millions of dollars for many years. He's a super billionaire, you know, Epstein level island owning type of, not relating to Epstein on the sexual stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any accusations.
I mean, you never know, man. These
you never know. You never know. People be wild.
There's a wild.
But you know, owns islands out there. Let's call it Richard Branson level. That's you know, a lot of people are familiar with Branson Island owning folks. So anyways, his, you know, he raises a family. One of his kids wants to get into Hollywood. They open up Skydance Studios. They do a lot of big things. I'm sure you've seen Skydance show up logo before a bunch of movies
many times.
Start playing. They want to expand. Paramount, not so hot. You know, most studios have like a tie-in between their movie production stuff and television stuff. Paramount, long since been involved with CBS and all of the CBS projects. So MTV, Comedy Central, Paramount Network / Spike TV / a bunch of things, VH1, a bunch of television channels.
Sure.
And then of course, Paramount Studio,
Told you
their subsidiaries, Paramount Plus streaming. Skydance says we want, they're not doing so hot. We got some money because my daddy's a billionaire.
Yeah.
And I would like to buy this. So they do. They go through that whole process. Doesn't look like it's going to go through under Biden, but Papa Trump gets in. Daddy Larry Ellison donated a shit ton of money to get Trump elected. Somehow, some way, got suddenly approved. No problem. Ellison's and Skydance can buy Paramount real quick. Also, side note, you know, Trump sued CBS 60 Minutes over some shit around what Kamala Harris said and how they edited it, blah, blah, blah. After Trump won, they basically just capitulated and did not finish the lawsuit. He did, just in my political shit, he has not won any of these lawsuits as much as he claims he did. They just settled. So basically they didn't want to keep fighting the president, and they just gave him money.
Sure. All right. Now let's fast forward to
Well, the reason I'm bringing this up is because once that was done and settled, nobody thought Warner Brothers was up for sale. That's the reason I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
Warner Brothers wasn't up for sale. as soon as Skydance finished acquiring Paramount Plus, the very next day there was a story saying Paramount Skydance / Paramount is trying to make an offer on Warner Brothers. The only thing that was happening is we knew that Warner Brothers Discovery was thinking about spinning off the streaming service from the cable channel service, and they were going to create two separate companies because the cable channel shit is losing money. HBO Max was still making money, and so they were going to spin off all the streaming stuff and sell off the cable channels to someone else. That's the only thing that was happening in the industry. All of a sudden, this motherfucker says, I got green lights, and then is like the very next day, I want to pick up Warner Brothers too. What he did was trigger a bidding war against Warner Brothers properties, because then Warner Brothers is like, oh, well, if somebody's interested in shopping this, well, maybe we're interested in taking offers.
Yeah.
And that's when everyone was like, well, if you're interested in taking offers, you had the likes of even fucking Apple TV. No one really took it seriously, but they threw their hat in the ring. Netflix, as we've mentioned, Comcast / NBC Universal, and Paramount were all, I think Amazon even threw their hat in the ring as well and took a look at it.
Sure. And that actually, everything that you're saying, because I wasn't all up on all of that. And I'm kind of hearing the rumblings about it on this is the reasoning why they Warner Brothers attached themselves to that Netflix deal so quickly, and that's what they're being accused of by Paramount. Because who's the head of Paramount again?
The current head of Paramount, David Ellison.
Yes, David Ellison. So David Ellison was saying that he actually was ghosted by the head of WB. That all of a sudden he stopped responding when they came back with more money and a set of terms. He no longer was, they were no longer responding. And then all of a sudden, oh, Netflix won this. And again, as much as we don't want it to be political, that is exactly what's going on because of everything that you were saying, because Netflix would essentially on the better side of them taking over that deal, they would kind of keep things free and clear of creativity, right? Like they would allow them to be more creative, freer to create actual the movies they want to create. Whereas and this is like, I'm paraphrasing from another conversation that I was hearing on this, where they felt like Paramount is definitely like a Republican ran company that is looking to quote unquote kill like woke films and all this stuff. I don't know how true that is, but this is like the concerns that were going around about like them actually taking that over. Do you think there's any truth to that?
I mean, that's the fear, right? Like the team at Skydance Paramount comes in saying that they're trying to eliminate discriminations, and they're trying to bring people back to the center. But then they fired the head of CBS News and hired this fucking stupid bitch that has only run basically an alt-right news programming company for years, as now the fucking head of CBS News, which that makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense, but not in line with everything else. Does that necessarily mean that that's what they wanted? No, I mean, I think there's a bit of everything, right? I think there's this just general culture amongst the, let's, for lack of a better term, call them the MAGA crowd, who misses life in the 80s and 90s. You know, and they want to just bring it back to that. Like, one of the things that they're saying is that Paramount, you know, Brett Ratner, who's been run out of Hollywood, is gonna suddenly have movies again. And you know, he does big blockbuster action films. They're all coming back to Paramount now. Okay, like,
so we're gonna give them Rush Hour 4 again.
Exactly. These are the types of things that we don't gotta mention why that Rush Hour 4 happened, but I think we talked about it last week. Anyways, so Warner Brothers seemed like it's up for sale. Netflix ends up winning that contest. They came in with the best bid, the best deal. Netflix doesn't want to have anything to do with the cable channels, so all of the cable channels will end up getting spun off under the Netflix deal and get sold to some other independent entity. So Paramount comes in right after. So all the news in the past like 7 days was about Netflix is now going to own Warner Brothers and all the Warner Brothers catalog. You know, and of course the controversy there, everybody's worried because Netflix has historically said we hate movie theaters. We're not into movie theaters. Every minute that you're in a movie theater, you don't have the opportunity to stop watching what you're watching and watch something else on Netflix. Because all they want you to do is be on Netflix all day long. Like, that's the whole goal of their company. They would love it if you could live and work on Netflix. And so even though they said that they would still allow Warner Brothers to create movies for movie theaters and they would still license content to other streaming platforms, because that's another concern, is what happens to the other streaming platforms that play videos that are in the Warner Brother catalog. Quick side note, just learned this today. Apparently the Warner Brothers, the actual two people that started this studio, got their rise by showing short films to miners in small mining communities in the early 1900s. I just thought that was very interesting. Anyways, so they have a huge, I mean, we're talking about the 1900s.
They have a huge catalog.
Huge catalog of films. All the monster films are under there. Lots of stuff that they could license. Now, nobody's watching that shit right now, right? How many people have you heard watched Casablanca in the last year? But everybody makes a huge deal about Casablanca being in the Warner Brothers catalog. Well, sure. I mean, if anybody is going to let people watch it, it'd probably be Netflix, right? Like, they would promote that shit and people would end up actually clicking on it and watching it because they're on Netflix and they're really good at convincing people to watch it.
Sure.
So it could very well be good for the Warner Brothers brand. But then Paramount comes in and says they're devaluing all these cable companies. Obviously they're, angry that they didn't win their bid. And so they're going to come in and say, we will give you more money. So I think the Netflix deal was 70-something billion.
Okay.
And the Paramount bid is over 100 billion because they're paying more because they want to keep all the cable companies. Because of course, one of those cable companies, and I don't want to say this whole thing is just for this because some people are making it out to be. But one of those cable companies just so happens to be CNN and all the CNN properties. And shocker that the president has made many comments against CNN, disparages them on a daily basis, and would love to be a part of dismantling them. And David Ellison has said that he would completely shake up CNN, fire many of their anchors, and change things up there. And then when asked about it recently, the president said, as he usually does, I don't know anything about that. However, I will be involved in the deal making and approving whoever gets to be approved. Not that the president has ever been involved in mergers and acquisitions approvals before, usually the courts. But as we've learned, are the courts independent anymore? Not for the next 3 years at least. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Paramount's offering a lot more money. Netflix is staying steady, saying we expected them to do this. We're not afraid. We got a deal in place. It's going to happen. Warner Brothers' only comment is we will evaluate the offer, but they haven't said anything else since as of this recording. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I would be very nervous for many properties that live under that Warner Brothers brand.
HBO, man. I need my HBO to stay untouched.
I don't know that it would stay untouched in either direction.
Oh, it would not. It would not.
I think it's definitely
going to take a hit.
It's short on days, HBO, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, especially like even with Netflix, man.
Ever since fucking AT&T bought them, they've been running on
downhill.
Short breath. Yeah.
Their quality has really gone down. I mean, they still have some really good quality stuff, but it gets murky when a show's going to be good on HBO when it says an HBO original, and then when it's going to be hit or miss, it's an HBO Max original. So you kind of know there, but
yeah,
it just doesn't have the same oomph that it did before when it said, HBO, an HBO original is
I think if it's an HBO Max original or what was formerly a Max original, that means it doesn't air on TV.
Correct.
At least it doesn't have a dedicated time slot on television. It is streaming first, and it might play as like a quote unquote rerun or a re-air on HBO to fill up dead space, but it is streaming first, and those haven't. I won't say that they're all bad, because Hacks, one of my favorites, is a HBO Max original, and they've won Golden Globes and Emmys and all kinds of shit. So they're not all terrible, but yeah,
no, that's what I said. It's like
it's like a Netflix original.
If it's a Max original,
1 out of 10.
Then I can't really have my hopes all the way up for that.
Yeah.
Right? If it's for instance, right? It started off as a Max original, or at least they announced it was, and then they were like, no, it's going to be an HBO original now. Is The Penguin. Right, and we all know
true.
Now
it was a Max
that
original.
It was great. It was originally supposed to be a Max original, and all of a sudden, last minute, they were like, you know what? No, this is going to be an HBO original.
Yeah,
and I think that right there is like the difference, right? They saw, holy shit, like we have something really good here. We need to give it a time slot, So that's really where it is. It's not necessarily saying that it's going to be bad, but it's not going to be like a.
If it's not worthy of television viewing, to, I don't know, 40-plus-year-old people that are paying for cable still, then it's got to be bad.
or it's just like they don't have that much faith in it. So let's put it on as a Max original. Like it could be good, but whatever. So anyway, then there's still more to come on this, and even when they reach any kind of, let's say, Netflix has the opportunity because they won that bid. we're not going to see any changes from that for the next year before anything happens with that. And there's still a big chance that, you know what, it just doesn't happen because the red tape around it is just.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching something earlier with what is her stupid Senator Liz Warren, and she's the anti-monopoly pretty much champion, and so she was basically kind of against both options. Like she was just like, I don't want Netflix or Paramount to own Warner Brothers because both of them would have undue influence that would create a monopoly. Even so, Netflix tries to say they're not the number one streamer, that YouTube is the number one streamer when you actually look at streaming video hours.
Sure.
Which is true. But I mean, you can't compare what YouTube
on YouTube.
Well, no, that YouTube actually is the number one.
No, I know that mainly because they have
television sets, but no one's watching scripted shows.
Correct. That's what I mean.
YouTube is all user generated for the most part.
Yeah, nobody's going like if we're on YouTube, we're either watching fucking brain rot or we're watching how-to videos or some
something
like
similar. Yeah.
Like
it's
that.
all
like
generated content. Like
my number one on my replay, my summary of the year, whatever YouTube calls it. Yeah. Like mine is Good Mythical Morning because I enjoy watching. For some strange reason, I enjoy watching food related shows that have some comedy in it. Apparently.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, yeah, and the problem with YouTube is it doesn't have any like backlog. Like there's no there is backlog history, but like how often do people go back and watch reruns of Good Mythical Morning, right? Like it's all about what you created today or this week.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I get what you're saying though.
It's not a fair comparison.
It's not
for Netflix to say they're not number one. And so, yeah, I mean, if Netflix owned Warner Brothers / HBO, they would own the number one and I think the number 3 or number 4 streaming services. Prime, I think, is number 2, but technically is number 2 by subscriber numbers because people pay for the shipping and just happen to get Prime for free.
That too.
Not that they're actually watching shit on Prime.
Packages, man. People are really jumping in on these packages.
Lots of bundles nowadays.
Yeah, we have those bundles.
People like bundles,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not great. I would love it if there's some. I would probably love it better if some. Maybe I wouldn't. I almost said like some like VC or BlackRock, Blackstone type of private equity company ended up buying Warner Brothers, but then they'd end up going and just slashing shit and cutting things and just trying to make it more efficient and they would fuck shit up too. So there's no, what would make things just hunky-dory and happy if more people actually paid for their own HBO Max subscription and weren't using their brothers or their ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends accounts. Give these people their money so that they could actually just put out content. That would probably save it. Outside of that, I think we're fucked either way.
Yeah, then that means we're fucked because nobody's gonna stop that.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, we can move on from that because we're nearing the end of the show. Let's. I have a couple of small things that have been announced since the last time we were on here. So, one is we know that Amazon is making a God of War adaptation, a TV show based on the video game, the popular video game. They've actually ordered a multi-season deal with the director of Shogun. which is very promising.
Wait a minute. For Shogun or for God of War?
For God of War,
the director of Shogun is going to be working on God of War.
Correct.
They already ordered multi-seasons.
Correct.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
This is Amazon?
Yes.
I mean, multi-seasons means more than one.
Absolutely.
So
like they're already
could just
ordered
be two.
multiple seasons. Yeah, it could be two.
Could just be two.
Sure.
And sometimes streamers do that. Amazon is not one that's very aggressive at canceling things because they didn't perform well.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily.
I've seen it, but I don't think
that
War is going to be one.
Yeah,
of
it doesn't tell me like this shit is going to be so fire. That's why they already ordered a second season.
Well, no, the more exciting part of this is the multi-season is just tells us how much they believe in the director of Shogun, because Shogun was.
I mean, Shogun's fire.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
And that is more of the thing that I'm excited about. Is like, oh, okay, so we have someone good in charge of this franchise, right? We still don't know who's going to play Kratos. This is his name, right? Yeah. We still don't know who's going to play Kratos. There are some speculations and stuff, but the fact that the director of Shogun is going to be helming this tells me that it's going to be a good show.
Yeah,
because they know their shit.
At least going to look good.
Yeah, it's going to look good. And you know, it's going to be. I think it's going to be. It's
well paced.
Yeah, this is just good news to make me kind of anticipate this.
Follow the story. It's got a good story already. You know,
right.
I hate when these like video game adaptation to film or TV show just try to go off script so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like they try to make it unique to them, and I'm just like, bro, you got a great story already. Just make that story. Put it on film.
There is. I mean, I get it because that's how I felt about like, and not necessarily. Yeah, I guess
that's what Last of Us has done. Last of Us took an amazing story that everyone said is the best fucking video game of all time.
People are still complaining that they made the smallest changes. Like,
people will always complain, right? Like I mentioned earlier today, I think your algorithm is set to show complaints only.
Yeah.
People will always complain. So I agree. That people will find reasons to nitpick.
Mm-hmm.
But for, I would say, general consensus, Last of Us is a fucking amazing TV show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Generally consensus, award-winning, people really enjoy it, and lots of fanfare around it.
I feel like the only real reason people give it shit is because for whatever reason they like to hate on Pedro Pascal, and they think that Bella Ramsey, the weirdest shit ever is that Bella Ramsey is just not attractive enough to play the teenager in the game.
Sure.
And that's mainly that's the
major complaints.
The major complaints, right?
Yeah.
And then nitpick shit.
Smaller nitpick around,
Yeah.
Story changes and whatnot, but for the most part they followed a great script that was already prepared for them.
Absolutely. No, I
think God of War, like not the other God of Wars, because honestly I can't even remember those.
Sure.
But the two God of Wars that have come out on
more
PS4
recent
and
ones,
PS5,
right? Ragnarok and the remake of God of War or whatever. Yeah.
Those two have dope storyline.
Yeah, I agree with
that.
Right.
They've
been doing very good with games though, because Fallout Season 2 is coming out too.
Season 2 is coming out, and I mean, I never played the game, so I can't say.
Same, I can't, but I have to hear my coworkers. They played the games and they're nerdy enough. They've read the books
and they like it.
And they like it, but you know they nitpick too. It's just like, well, why did they portray them like this? And they saw the trailer. It's like, what? That's how these people look. Well, why are they zombies? And it's like, bro, just like I'm also on the side of, you know, it's like a comic book run, right? It's like that's the version that they wanted to show for that run, and like this is the version that they want to show for this. Like, right. You know, so it's as long as they stick to the core of, you know, the core of these characters and stuff, and the story arc. The smaller changes, it's hit or miss. It's like, all right, my biggest complaint that I could think of is Halo, right? With Halo, the first season, right? What I expected, and I understand from a you know, studio standpoint, you can't do it. But what I would have loved to see is like a linear story of them wanting to, like, going from battle to battle, right? And it's just a war-driven, you know, Master Chief making these decisions and going from battle to battle, right? Like that's what I wanted. Because it just seems like that's just nonstop action, but they had the whole backstory, which I really didn't care for. And they added a whole lot in there that, you know,
just
even
unnecessary.
Yeah, it was very unnecessary. The second season, I felt like they heard the fans and they got it right, because that second season, right, even though it took from that first season, right? The better parts of that first season. And then they were just like, you know what? We're getting rid of all of this other crazy shit that we were really focusing and harping on in the first season. And we're going to get to what they want, right? The
flood.
Yeah, the flood. And I think that they nailed season 2 to the point where I'm hoping that even though it was canceled, I'm now one of the people. I'm hoping that it gets picked up by like a Netflix, right? Where they just take it on from season 3 and give us at least one more season to see where that shit was gonna go. But I really don't think that that's gonna happen. But still, but I think like the first season, it was just like, and the second season was like, okay, this is what we were looking for the entire time.
I'm a little torn on Halo specifically. I mean, one, obviously, you know, that's where our friendship started, around Halo.
Yeah,
you know, we've been familiar with that. So there's a nostalgia piece to it, where like I would love to see Halo on screen. At the same time, I like always felt like, how are they going to do this well on screen? Because it's a dude that's usually always in a helmet, very rarely speaks, and there's not a ton of storyline there.
Yeah.
Again, if they would have stuck to the original storylines and not done all this side shit about, you know, kid getting, you know, stolen and grazed up as a soldier, and there's hundreds of super soldiers. There are no hundreds. There was only one Master Chief in the first 2 Halo games.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even realize that there was other super soldiers until way after, until I think at least Halo 3.
Sure.
If not till later. And so like, yeah, we don't need like
not until like ODST.
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't until then. And so it was, you know, like, just give me, you know, Halo, Battlegrounds. Like, give me that original story, Halo versus the Covenant.
Yeah.
And then throw in a little flood. That could have been a dope season 1. So I would be very fine with, you know, them kind of letting this fall off and then letting another director or team pick it up and redo it. when it comes to Halo specifically.
Sure.
Like, would I like to see them continue it? I mean, I've seen 2 seasons already, so I would like to see it, but I also wouldn't be mad if they completely just started fresh off of that and were more consistent with the game line.
I'll throw it out there, and I say it with every franchise that I want to be repicked up and done right. Apple, please pick them up, do it right. Anyway,
and on that note, all we were talking about earlier, and people being all worried about HBO shit, and the quality of stuff going away, sure. And the team at HBO, just a reminder, Richard Plepler at HBO, he was the motherfucking guy that made all the dope shit on HBO that we remember from the 2000s and 2010s. And when AT&T bought Time Warner and took that over, he was like, I'm the fuck out of here. He started his own studio, signed a deal with Apple TV, and that's why Apple TV has so much. I mean, not everything comes through his studio and distribution, but for all the people worried, yeah, man, all that awesome HBO talent that you are nostalgic about, they're probably at Apple TV already.
Probably are, which is why a lot of their shows.
Why they fuck?
Yeah, it's so good. Which, if you are new to this show, we are heavy on promoting Apple TV Plus or Apple TV now.
Apple TV, no plus, but always S level shows, because they have fire shows, and nobody ever believes me until they start watching them. Like my boy, he was just like, all right, I'll do the 3-month whatever, and then I'll watch. And then he banged out Silo. He banged out freaking Frontier. He banged out like all the sci-fi based stuff. And he's just like, I got through Silo, the 2 seasons, and I was so upset when it just started a whole other show afterward. Like, what? That's it? It's like, yeah, dude. Season 3 is dropping like within the next few months. Yeah. So can't wait. But anyway, since we were talking about how our friendship started with Halo, motherfucker, you better cop that campaign Evolved, because I don't have a PS5.
Oh, you fucker! It might be cross-platform.
I have a PS4.
You don't have an Xbox anymore, right?
I don't have an Xbox. No. Yeah. Larry Love stole my Xbox.
Oh, that's right. That was the last one you had. I honestly have been thinking about getting
have a Mac.
What does the Xbox what is their thing called? Their subscription base?
Oh, gameplay.
I've been thinking about getting gameplay for the headset and buying a wireless controller for the Quest.
Yeah.
So I can play some games on there.
I hear it's pretty good from my understanding. It might not be great for like online multiplayer. Like you'll probably get headshot a bunch of times because you just can't be fast enough. That little bit of lag or whatever.
Sure.
But for the most part, I would say for people our age, probably not noticeable.
I think honestly, I'm gonna invest in a SSD for the PS5. I'm definitely copping Campaign Evolved, and I'm gonna get back into some Halo. Get Xander to fall in love with Halo 2.
Yeah.
Because with the success of that, then we're gonna get revamped Halo 2 and 3. And it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
For sure. They're already confirming it. Like they're here. Let's get through the last 2 small updates. They're nothing major. But Samuel Jackson is to lead the Tulsa King spinoff called Nola King. So
wow.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I don't think you've seen this last season.
I haven't. I did. I think I mentioned it either last week or not last week. Or
Yeah,
last
we were
episode.
talking about it 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. How I just found out, like through a trailer, that Sam Jackson is now involved in Tulsa King.
And now they're giving him the whole spinoff.
Now he gets a whole spinoff.
Yeah.
I mean,
which makes sense. It's Sam L. Jackson, man. His name still rings bells after all these years.
It does. I don't know if it rings enough bells for a whole spinoff worth. But then again, I don't really know that many people that are watching Tulsa King.
No. Yeah, you're right.
So if they thought it was good enough views to turn it into a spinoff, then I don't know. Maybe Paramount is the best place for Warner Brothers to end up. They're still giving money to shit that we know Netflix would not have.
Well, not necessarily.
Netflix would have cut off Tulsa King at season 2.
Well, not necessarily, because remember, Taylor Sheridan is jumping ship after his contract ends in 3 years. So they're paying for shit now, but obviously he's not liking something that's at Paramount. So
he's not. I don't know what it is though. I'm gonna guess it's the bag because
he's
down politically with these guys.
From my understanding, not 100%. Like,
really?
yes, yeah, like because I get that from him. He's definitely like
he's a Texas boy.
He's a Texas boy, so he's with them on like the gun stuff and like a lot of stuff, but financial, but with a lot of the other things going on, not so much. From my understanding. So
I shouldn't paint them all with a red flag.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I guess they were taking away the freedom that he had, because he was filming on his own ranch, on his ranches, and like they gave him a lot of freedom, and they tried to bring back the reins,
rein that in a little bit.
Yeah, so and he didn't like that. So anyway, and then for. It's funny how I had one update for Paramount and one for Netflix. Stranger Things is confirming that that they're doing a Nancy Wheeler spinoff. So yeah, which I thought at first was like, why Nancy Wheeler? Of everyone there, why Nancy? But apparently it's a book series. The Nancy Wheeler Mysteries.
Wait, Stranger Things is based on a book?
No, it's not based on a book, but they made books.
Someone made a book just on Nancy.
Correct. Where she goes around and she's like now solving these mysteries and blah blah blah. So that's what the spinoff is going to be based about. Nancy Wheeler.
Like a Nancy Drew.
Yeah, it's called the Nancy Wheeler Mystery. So I okay, it's already a book series, so now it makes more sense. I just feel like Nancy Wheeler wasn't that big. Like Stranger Things is one of those things where it's like everybody as a whole is a part of this crew, right? So you don't necessarily see them venture off, except for the smaller kids. They kind of venture off and do their things. But Nancy is just always a part of what they're doing. So I didn't understand how a spinoff would work. But I'll give it a shot. I like this Stranger Things universe. I think it's, yeah. But anyway, we ain't got to deep dive on that.
No, I mean, it's just, I agree with you. Not one of the characters I would have expected a spinoff.
Right. That was all.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I just would hope that they time jump and she is her actual age.
Well, I would hope that they don't take 5 years for a fucking season. So
that too.
Yeah.
But even if they did, like, put her in her mid-20s.
Sure.
She don't need to be an 18-year-old or whatever they're trying to make her out to be.
Sure.
You know, give it to her. 1997 it is now. And she's
yeah, that'll be dope. Right now she's like the head of her own mystery solving team with
give me that. I'm cool with that.
Their best friends and their dog.
Yeah,
I get you. Imagine that it turns into a Scooby-Doo situation.
That's you go from the Goonies to Scooby-Doo.
You're right.
It tracks.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, yeah, that's all I have for any information. I think we did the damn thing this week.
We did the damn thing. What you fucking with?
What am I fucking with? I started it's all the same usual. I don't think I started anything new. I think we just started what's the one on Apple TV Plus, The Frontier?
Last Frontier?
Yeah, The Last Frontier. Honestly, for being an Apple TV so far, first episode, I don't know. It's not really grabbing me. It's one of the ones that are just like, okay, this one is not as strong. And I felt that way because I just felt like, I don't know, it wasn't promoted as much as like some of the other ones, but
no.
And then as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I can kind of see why that is.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's not an S tier show, and it's also doesn't start with the letter S.
Right.
And so we know it's literally not an S tier show for Apple TV. I would probably put Last Frontier B tier. Not A tier, but not C tier. It is probably a good solid B plus level in that, because I'm probably up to like episode 7 on it.
Okay.
It gives me, and I think I might have mentioned this in our group chat because I was getting confused. It gives me Untamed vibes. Very similar storyline.
Sure.
Giant park that can't be tracked, and people have to walk on horses or whatever, figure out special ways to get around these areas. And then there's like this murder shit that happens. But they're trying to figure out.
Yeah, but Untamed had better writing, better visuals.
I don't think so.
No,
I mean, visuals wise, I would say Untamed is better visually because it's not a park inundated in snow. It looks nicer because
I just feel like
as the whole of Yellowstone, that's mostly not snow, and like 98% of Alaska is just winter, and so there's not a lot of great visuals there.
With the visuals, I mean, like graphics are better. Were better on Untamed. There's just a cinematography aspect of it that's that was a little bit more captivating. Maybe it was the tone of Untamed that I liked a lot more. I remember watching Untamed and thinking like, oh, I really want to watch the next episode. Whereas with this one, there's something that's lacking there. So far, at least, this is just based off of the first episode.
Sure.
I'm not loving the main actor, dude. The evil guy that they're searching for, he didn't look very menacing to me. He looks like a bitch, and this is like, really, this is supposed to be like the guy that they had. Bound, gagged, and like face covered. Like this is supposed to be the craziest killer. And then there were the questions of like, and that's weak in the writing. And I'm sorry, spoiler alert for anybody who's planning on watching this. Just know, spoiler alert. But okay, so plane crashes, all of this stuff goes on. You rub blood in your eyes. You pretend to be blind. They take you to the hospital. They rebandage your fucking wounds. right? And didn't notice that your eyes were not fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and I'm the number one person like, okay, yeah, like we suspend our belief here, but that is a major fucking plot hole in this story, son, for him to go. But anyway, I was just like,
I'm trying to hold back because that was the first thing that I definitely saw. So, side tangent, how I got into this. I had been wanting to, it was on my list. I've been wanting to see the show because, it was somewhat promoted on Apple TV, not heavily. And my in-laws were here. They just be watching shit without my permission. Not that they need my permission, but they just be watching shit on my streaming accounts, and fucking up my viewing. And so they started the show. And so I caught it as they were watching it, and I saw that part, and I was like, I agreed heavily, where I was like, what? I'm a bit, but like I said, I could just, because they were here, they immediately pressed episode 2, and so I've seen many episodes. Not a series that I'm like
invested in, like completely invested in.
I'm invested enough, like I want to see how it ends, but I'm not like, holy shit, there's another episode of Last Frontier. We need to catch up on it. I am now running short on shit to watch, and so I will probably catch up on that series. But I would agree with everything you said thus far.
Yeah, so yeah, the writing on that one was just like, but anyway, whatever.
Don't think it's that much.
I'm not saying that it's
worse
terrible.
Than Untamed.
I didn't find Untamed to be bad. Like the writing wasn't bad, I guess. I
didn't find it bad. I just didn't. I never felt like what you said. Like I want to watch the next episode.
Sure.
Me with Untamed was like, all right.
I guess I just
I'll get around to the next episode.
There's a tone to it that I really fucked with. That's all. Yeah. Other than that, I'm still watching Welcome to Derry, just episodic. I saw one battle after another. That was great. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, that's all I really fucked with as of late.
I saw 2 things. One, I saw the film on Netflix, Women in Cabin 10. The Woman in Cabin 10. Very Agatha Christie-ish, like for me. So, and it was only like an hour and 34 minutes, which was
nice.
Perfect sweet spot for where I can actually watch. Still had to watch it in 2 days, but good sweet spot there for film watching. And I started something else. Obviously, we finished Stranger Things.
Yep,
or at least the first part of the 5th season.
Yep.
Oh, that's what it is. House of Guinness. We finally started House of Guinness on Netflix. I will say not as compelling as Peaky Blinders. Very similar vibes.
Okay.
Like from a cinematographic, I don't know, from a photography point of view. Cinematographic, let's go with that.
I don't know if that's right either.
Whatever.
Sure.
It looks very similar to Peaky Blinders. It has a very similar musical soundtrack and vibe like Peaky Blinders. But it's definitely not as gangster as Peaky was.
Sure.
I thought the family, at least in the first few episodes that I've seen, thought the family would be a little bit more involved in some notorious dealings and gang-like activities or mafioso type activities, organizationally run gangs. So far, it's a little bit more Succession-like, and drama on that side with a little bit of violence worked in, and 1800s London or Ireland rather. But good show so far. I'm still gonna watch it. I think I haven't given up on it.
All right, yeah. I'll mention this real quick, and then we can end the show because I hear your son spazzing out back there. Death by Lightning. I started the first episode. Yeah. Seems very. It's like a good drama. Has some comedy in there. Stars Michael Shannon, Matthew McFadden. From he's popular from Succession, and Nick Offerman. So, and it's a story. It's a true story.
It a comedy?
It has definitely. It's a drama.
Dramedy.
Also, yeah, it's a dramedy because it has definitely has some funny elements to it. But it's a dramatization of the true story of President James Garfield and an admirer, Charles Guiteau, who assassinated him. So, and it's pretty interesting so far. But all right, yeah, that's all I got for this week. If you're Gucci, then
I'm Gucci.
Yeah, I was gonna say your Gooch is not a good. All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this week on the episode. If you enjoyed the show every other Tuesday, we hop on the live, so join us then. We normally jump on around 10 o'clock, so please join us if you want to be a part of the show. If you do not make it on Tuesdays, you could tune into the recorded show, or the recorded drop of the show every Thursday on your favorite podcast app. Hopefully by Thursday.
Usually.
That's up to Johnny. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Thank you to anyone who did join us and offered any kind of insight on the conversation. We appreciate you as always. But we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.